Well, happy Halloween, beer buffs. I'm here today with St. Arnold's Pumpkinator 2025. Let's have a spooky pour. Happy Halloween! Oh yes, trick-or-treating time? Well, this is my treat. So, Pumpkinator, they do it every year. This is 2025. Love the artwork. Look, they even have a jack-o'-lantern. Isn't that cool? So I've come out here to the Witch's Grove. Now Rum Tum Tumler's dead. I'm quite safe, I hope. No, I think I'll be fine this year. So I have 2 beer reviews for you. I've kept 2 pumpkin beers special, so I figured I'd do that and have a bit of a pumpkin Halloween treat. So hope everybody's having a good time, trick-or-treating or Halloween parties, etc, etc. But me, I'm chilling out at home in the spooky grove with some pumpkin beers. So let's get a pour on, eh? Got the tub thumper for this one. Really excited. This is an Imperial Stout, I believe. And let's see if I can get my pour half decent today. Quite fizzy, actually, surprisingly. For a stout, you can hear the fizz. Kind of. The flies ain't buzzing. So it's made with cocoa nibs, vanilla, and coffee. And it's bourbon barrel aged. So what a treat. And it is actually 12.8%. I think my notes were wrong because I did say in my notes 10.3, but it's 12.8 according to the bottle. Always go with the bottle. So obviously classified as a pumpkin yam ale. Yeah, anyway, let's get a taste. Let's see if we can pull that pumpkin in it. So, oh, Lord. Lordy, lordy. My God, that hits you like a ton of bricks, that pumpkin spice. Oh, it's lovely. Seasonal. Still quite warm. It's cold in the mornings right now here in Old Texas, but that's bringing me, giving me Thanksgiving vibes. I've got into that Thanksgiving, haven't I, since moving here. Oh, neat, neat. Ooh, strong, tasty. Nice sweetness to it. Subtly sweet. It's not overpowering. Not heavy on the drink. The kind of reminds me of the consistency of more of a porter than a stout. Oh, but it is good. An absolute Halloween joy, folks. An absolute Halloween joy. So, yes. Nice. Oh, yeah. I haven't had a pumpkin ale yet this year. This is my first one, so fair play. The other day, obviously, I did Oktoberfest from Hillary, of course. But yeah, not any, and I'm kind of toning it down because normally I do like 3 reviews. I'm only doing 2 today for Halloween, and safer than last ones, So anyway, Pumpkinator 2025. Like I said, it's 12 point. Like I said on here, I wrote 10 point something, so I got that wrong. But it is actually 12.8%. So strong, be buggered. Excuse him well. So, St. Arnold Brewing, and these guys are out of Houston, Texas, so where we are in San Antonio, out east towards the coast. So that's where they're located, and they claim to be Texas' oldest craft brewery, starting in 1994. I mean, Shiner, that's older, but is it really a full-on craft brewer like these guys? Craft brewery. Could be an argument there, but you know, that's what they claim. And they were actually, I didn't know this, St. Arnold, you know, I've drunk a lot of St. Arnold beers in my time. It was named after the patron saint of brewing, St. Arnulf of Metz, which is, I think he was Frankish, you know, that kind of German Frankish area of the world. So yeah, there you go. So they've been knocking around for a fair while. So I presume they know how to do a good beer. And judging by this, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So anyway, what are you all folks up to this Halloween? Hopefully having a few beers at least, you know. My wee lad, if I say wee, he's getting up to, he's a teenager now. He just turned 13. He's off trick-or-treating with his friends. Shenanigans, I'm sure. But I think I believe he was dressing as a minion. So, bit of fun. So yeah, so just, he's not around, so it's kind of quiet today really out here in the sticks, or the boondocks as people call them, in these spooky woods. Ooh, yeah, it'll be alright. Anyway, let's get back to the beer. Oh yeah, sweet. Nice. I wasn't expecting it to be fizzy actually. That's not a bad thing. I'm not saying anything against it. It just kind of surprised me, but it is going down really well, I have to say. Really quick, so. And I'm sure it'll knock me for 6. But yeah, no, this is quality. It really does taste like pumpkin, so. It's what you want. And it is the season for these strong beers, so, you know, even though it isn't too cold, this is cracking, yeah. Enjoying that. And I do love the effort they make into their artwork. You know, a pumpkin beer, you know, they release these pumpkin beers like in August, and then they go on, and normally they're out by this time of year, but you know, technically pumpkin beer October through to November for Thanksgiving, Halloween through Thanksgiving, because you have pumpkin pies at Thanksgiving, and this would be lovely with a slice of pumpkin pie. So you know, I love how they go for the spooky theme though. That's fantastic, that artwork. I have to say, I really compliment them on that. But anyway, a few other beers that these folks do. They do an Art Car IPA, which is their very well-known beer, I have to say. And the other one I've had as well, which I really enjoy, is their Fancy Lawnmower, and it's a Kolsch. So it's a good, easy drinker, that one. And summertime, they have the Summer Pills. So there's a few to check out if you can. Now, there was a bit of gumph on the back of this. Let me have a look. Oh, the Bishop of Metz, St. Arnold, spent his life warning of the dangers of drinking water and extolling the virtues of beer. Fair play on him. I can see why he was a saint. During his funeral, his pallbearers were thirsty and stopped, but they only had one mug to share among them. Then a miracle happened. Ooh. The mug never ran dry, and all the mourners were satisfied. It has a kind of a gruesomeness at his funeral. But, you know, a patron saint, you know, a saint that does a miraculous thing, but this one after his death. So, but yeah, there you go. There's a bit of spookiness to that, isn't there? Anyway, back to the beer, and let's round this off so I can get back to you with one more. Do you know what? This is solid. This is tasty. It's a solid, spooky 10 from me, the Texas Taff. Check it out if you can find one. Really just a little gem. And yeah, I will be back with you shortly for one more Halloween treaty spooky beer back here in the Groves. Until then, cheers, keep it crafty and spooky.